In the temple of the body, the legs are the pillars. They carry the weight of our choices, step by step, year after year. But with time, those pillars often begin to tremble. Calf cramps, restless nights, sudden tension in the thighs or feet, these are not simply discomforts. They are messengers. They are the body's way of whispering, "I have been ignored too long." Shi Heng Yi, the body does not rebel. It reminds. And one of the most common reminders in old age is the leg cramp, that sudden, tightening pain that freezes the limb, often striking in the quiet of the night. For many seniors, it feels random, but there is wisdom hidden in every symptom. And leg cramps often arise from a simple, quiet deficiency, magnesium. That is why the first food the master recommends is humble, sweet, and often underestimated, the ripe banana. Shi Heng Yi. Medicine does not always wear the face of a pill. Sometimes it grows on trees. The banana is a perfect example of nature's precision. Within its soft yellow skin lies a harmony of minerals, especially magnesium and potassium, that directly nourish the nervous system and muscular tissue. When you eat a banana, you are not just feeding hunger. You are delivering fuel to the signals between brain and muscle. You are oiling the gears of movement. As we age, our internal reserves of magnesium often diminish. Not because the body no longer needs it, but because digestion weakens, stress increases, and hydration declines, all of which deplete this vital mineral faster than we replace it. The result? Tight muscles, nerve misfires, restless legs that don't know how to relax. But the banana, eaten mindfully, becomes more than food. It becomes prevention. Its magnesium content relaxes muscle fibers. Its potassium balances sodium in the blood, reducing fluid retention and improving circulation, two key factors in preventing cramps. And its natural sugars, when digested slowly, provide steady energy without spiking insulin, essential for stable muscle function in seniors. Shi Heng Yi, what flows, lives. What stiffens, breaks. A cramped muscle is a signal of stagnation. It is a sign that the flow of blood, of energy, of minerals has been disrupted. The banana restores that flow gently, without overburdening digestion. It is soft, easy to chew, easy to absorb, and requires little preparation. This is why it becomes the perfect daily ally, especially in the morning when the body is awakening and minerals are most needed. But the true power lies not only in the banana itself, but in how it is consumed. The master does not eat standing. He does not eat while walking or distracted. He sits. He breathes. He peels the fruit with full presence. He takes one bite, chews slowly, feels its texture, smells its aroma, and thanks the tree that offered it. Because in that moment, the banana is not just magnesium. It is a lesson. Shi Heng Yi. Eat with the mind, not just the mouth. And the food becomes medicine. Most people consume food unconsciously. They chew without thought. They swallow before the body is ready. But the master understands that digestion begins in the presence of the mind. Even the most healing foods eaten carelessly lose half their power. So, every day, often before or after his movement practice, the master eats one ripe banana. Not green, not overripe, just right, with small brown spots on the skin, signaling peak sweetness and maximum absorption. This banana becomes his morning offering, to his legs, to his breath, to the hundreds of silent muscles that carry him through the day. It is not a superstition. It is science. But deeper than science, it is ritual. A ritual of care, of prevention, of respect for the aging body. And it is effective. His legs do not cramp. His sleep remains undisturbed. His walking is steady. His balance, grounded. And it begins, not with medication, but with a simple fruit chosen with intention. Shi Heng Yi. The ordinary thing, done with extraordinary presence, becomes sacred. The banana, in its simplicity, becomes sacred. Now that the nervous system has been calmed and the muscular flow restored, the master turns to the second pillar of leg strength and cramp prevention. A seed so small it is often ignored, yet inside it lies the strength of the bones and the flexibility of the tendons. Let us now step into the silent power of the sesame seed. There are foods that speak loudly, their colors vibrant, their shapes dramatic, their flavor intense. And then, there are the silent ones. Humble, almost invisible. But inside them, entire kingdoms of power rest, waiting for the one who knows how to look. Shi Heng Yi. The most powerful strength often hides in what the world ignores. This is the case of the sesame seed. To many, it is decoration, sprinkled on bread, forgotten in spice jars. But to the master, it is calcium in its purest, most bioavailable form. It is strength compressed into silence. And for those who suffer from leg cramps, joint stiffness, or weakening bones, this tiny seed is nothing less than a secret weapon. Shi Heng Yi dice. To strengthen the legs, strengthen the roots. The roots are in the bones. As the body ages, it leans on the invisible framework that once felt unbreakable, the bones. But over time, especially in seniors, calcium absorption declines, and the bones begin to lose density. They become more fragile. Muscles around them begin to tighten to compensate. This tension contributes not only to fatigue but to the very leg cramps that disturb sleep and limit freedom. Most people are told to consume milk or cheese to maintain calcium levels. But the master knows another truth. Calcium from dairy is not always easily absorbed, especially in aging bodies with weakened digestion. The body may ingest it, but not truly integrate it. Sesame seeds, on the other hand, offer a source of calcium that is not only abundant, but also balanced with the cofactors the body needs to actually use it, such as magnesium, phosphorus, and zinc. And this harmony matters, because no mineral functions alone. The body is an orchestra. If one instrument plays out of tune, the music of health breaks down. Shi Heng Yi. A single note does not make music. Harmony makes power usable. In just a small spoonful of sesame seeds, especially when lightly toasted or soaked, lies a powerful dose of usable calcium that supports the bones, stabilizes the joints, and helps prevent spasms and cramps in the muscles of the legs. But there's more. Sesame seeds contain oils that naturally lubricate the joints. This matters deeply as we age, for tight joints create tight muscles, and tight muscles are more prone to cramping. When the body is nourished at the skeletal and connective tissue level, flexibility returns, circulation improves, and tension softens. Each morning, the master takes a small handful of sesame seeds, either raw, soaked overnight, or gently toasted in a dry pan. He may sprinkle them over a simple bowl of fruit, blend them into a warm tea, or even grind them into paste with a bit of honey, forming a kind of Shaolin tonic. He chews them slowly, with intention, with awareness, because in every chew he knows he is reinforcing the foundation of his being. Not tomorrow, not someday, today. Shi Heng Yi dice. The leg that stands strong in old age is built in quiet breakfasts across a lifetime. This seed becomes more than food. It becomes philosophy. The sesame teaches patience. You don't feel it immediately. It doesn't offer the spike of sugar or the rush of caffeine. Its work is slow, invisible, but in a few weeks, your legs stop aching at night. Your knees move with more ease. Your steps feel more rooted. And in time, you realize it was this quiet seed doing its work without needing applause. The master smiles when asked for the secrets to his stability at such an advanced age. He does not speak of supplements or machines. He speaks of intentional nourishment, of small allies like the sesame seed that support the invisible architecture of the body, the ligaments, the tendons, the bones. This is not magic. This is alignment with nature. Shi Heng Yi. Your body is nature. Feed it with nature, and it remembers how to heal. There is also a spiritual lesson in the sesame. It reminds us that greatness does not always roar. It can be hidden in something smaller than your fingernail. The same is true of your own power. You don't need to do grand acts to reclaim your strength. You need only to do small things, with full attention, again and again. And so, with legs nourished by minerals and bones fortified by ancient wisdom, the master now completes the equation with the third pillar, hydration of the nervous system, the flow that binds it all together. Let us now turn to the drink that cools the fire, prevents spasm, and brings electrical balance to the aging body. Coconut water. There are moments when the body cries for help in silence. A twitch, a cramp, a sudden spasm that wakes you at night. These are not random events. They are signals from within. Messages sent by muscles begging for balance. And one of the most overlooked imbalances in seniors is the simplest of all: dehydration. Shi Heng Yi, what is rigid breaks? What is hydrated bends and returns? The aging body loses water faster. Muscles dry out. Joints lose their cushion. Blood thickens. Nerves misfire. And the legs, being farthest from the heart, suffer the most. Many seniors wake with cramps not because of illness, but because their body has run dry from the inside. This is where the master introduces a habit both ancient and practical: coconut water. Unlike plain water, coconut water is a living fluid. It is nature's own electrolyte formula, rich in potassium, magnesium, calcium, and sodium, precisely the minerals the body needs to maintain electrical balance in the muscles and nerves. Shi Heng Yi. The body is not just flesh and bone. It is electricity, and every cramp is a short circuit. Coconut water restores conductivity. It fills the internal riverbeds, cooling inflammation and allowing muscle signals to flow without resistance. Where water refreshes, coconut water repairs. Each morning, after his movement and meditation, the master drinks a small glass of fresh coconut water. Not from cans filled with preservatives, but from a natural, unaltered source. The taste is light, mildly sweet, and deeply refreshing. But more than taste, he drinks it for function. He calls it the drink of soft warriors. Because true strength is not hardness. It is balance. At 90 or beyond, the body becomes sensitive. It reveals everything. If a food harms, you know it instantly. If a drink heals, you feel the difference within hours. Coconut water becomes a gentle healer, calming the nervous system, hydrating cells, and aiding digestion. Its potassium content alone helps ease tension in the legs and neutralizes acidity that may have built up overnight. Shi Heng Yi. When you restore flow, you dissolve pain. But this hydration is not rushed. Like everything in the master's day, it is received with stillness. He lifts the glass with intention, smells the liquid, thanks the tree, then drinks slowly. Each sip an act of respect for the body that has carried him across the years. This is the missing element for many, not just what we consume, but how we consume it. Most people drink quickly. They pour water down their throats without presence. But the master teaches that hydration begins with the mind. That water received in peace enters the cells differently than water swallowed in haste. And so, his glass of coconut water is more than hydration. It is a ritual of reconnection. To self, to flow, to softness. Shi Heng Yi. Hydrate not only your body. Hydrate your presence. As the drink settles into his body, he feels the quiet circulation of energy resume. The legs, often forgotten, feel heard. The nervous system, often overwhelmed, feels supported. And he knows that today, like every day, he has honored the 3 pillars of freedom in aging. The muscle through magnesium, banana. The bone through calcium, sesame seeds. The current through electrolytes, coconut water. These are not expensive secrets. They are accessible to anyone willing to pay the price of attention. Shi Heng Yi. The body asks for so little, but it asks every day. And that is the wisdom most miss. Leg cramps are not just muscle spasms. They are reminders that the river has stopped flowing, that the bones need support, that the body you walk on for decades must now be walked with in alliance. When you begin listening, truly listening, the cramps fade. Not because of magic, but because of care. Shi Heng Yi. The one who cares early walks freely later. So now you have the tools. 3 foods. 3 allies. Not wrapped in branding or noise. Not sold as miracles. Simply given by nature to those wise enough to receive. If this message has reached your heart, I invite you now to commit to one small act. In the comments, write, "I choose to nourish my legs." Let that be the first signal, to yourself, that your path no longer ignores the body, but honors it. And if you wish to keep walking this path with us, where ancient wisdom meets daily practice, subscribe now. Here, we do not chase youth. We cultivate longevity with grace,